Hello students, welcome to all of you to today's class. In today's class, we are going to read Unit 2 of the chapter on examination, which is written by Winston Spencer Churchill. In the previous video, I had sent you Unit 1. So, before starting Unit 2, let us focus on the theme of Unit 1. Look, Unit 1 is focusing on 3-4 points. The first one is Churchill's reaction to the examination, how he was thinking that an examination is a great trial for him, and how the teachers were quite partial to some of the subjects. And it is also all about Dr. Weldon, who was the headmaster at Harrow, and he took a broad-minded view of Churchill's writing even when he did write nothing in the answer sheet. And it was also about the position of Winston Churchill's father. Even when his father was a dignitary, still Churchill was remaining at the end of the roll calls, and how people are giving disrespectful remark that why he is last of all, and the difference between the roll calls at Harrow and at all. Okay, these are the points which is fully discussed in Unit 1. So now let's focus on Unit 2. I continued in this on pretentious situation, and here what is the on pretentious situation? The situation is referred here in Unit 1, that the situation where he was getting the disrespectful remark of people that his father is such a dignitary and the son is doing like that. Okay, so all these things he continued in the situation. At the same time, it is also mentioned that he was not habituated at Harrow. He was the newcomer. So for 1 year he continued in the same position for nearly a year. However, by being so long means for a long period of time, in the lowest form, I gained an immense advantage over the cleverer boys. But here Churchill, even when it was a demerit to remain at the end of the class, means to remain at the end of the merit list, but still Churchill has taken the advantage of it. And what is the advantage? They is referring to the cleverer boys, all went on to learn Latin and Greek and splendid things like that. And the clever boys, what were they learning? They were learning Latin literature, Greek literature, and all other beautiful things, all other sophisticated things. But what was the condition of Churchill? Churchill was remaining in the same class, and he was in the end of the merit list. That's why he was not allowed to read all other, means something extra he was unable to get it. But I was taught English. He was taught English. You might be thinking he is taken, means he is belonging to, London, but still he was learning English. What does it mean? Look, English is their mother tongue. Now tell me, you are also having your own mother tongue. Do you know everything on your mother tongue? Do you know all the grammar of your mother tongue? Definitely not. Yes or no? So likewise, even when Churchill was speaking English, writing English, still he was not having that much of knowledge in English literature, and he was taught English only. Understood now? So we were considered slow dunces. Slow dunces means what? Unintelligent kids. They were the unintelligent student. That's why they were taught only English. That we could learn only English, and according to everyone, only one language they can learn, that one is English. Mr. Summerville, a most delightful man to whom my debt is great, was charged with the duty in teaching the stupidest boys the most disregarded thing, namely to write mere English. And here another teacher also came into light, Mr. Summerville. Mr. Summerville was an excellent person. He was having very good personality according to Churchill, and Mr. Summerville was having the charge to teach English to these stupid, to these unintelligent boys. Understood the point? Look, it's very easy to teach a boy who is scoring 99% in examination, but it's quite difficult to teach a boy who is scoring 10% in examination. To teach the boy who is scoring 10% in examination, there is the need of special skill, special ability in the teacher also. Understood the point? So here the same thing is being written, that Mr. Summerville was a most delightful person, and he was having the charge to teach these categories of boys, okay, these category students. So definitely Mr. Summerville has also worked hard. He knew how to do it, but the important thing is that it was known to Summerville how to teach and how to handle the students. He taught it as no one else has ever taught it, and his teaching style, his teaching method was excellent. He was teaching English in such a way that Churchill has never ever taught in the same way throughout his life. Not only did we learn English parsing thoroughly, parsing means what? Dividing. To write down a sentence, to divide everything. Look, English is also having different parts, subject, predicate, verb. Subject, just predicate part is also containing the verb, pronoun, noun, okay, adjective, prepositions, all these things. And Mr. Summerville was dividing the sentence completely. And but we also practiced continually English analysis. So they were practicing how to analyze a sentence, how to do the analysis. Mr. Summerville had a system of his own, and Mr. Summerville was having his own system. He took a fairly long sentence and broke it up into its components by means of black, red, blue and green inks. Look, suppose I do write down a sentence, and if I divide this sentence into some category, I have to use different colors of pen so that it would be quite easy for the students to understand it. Understood? So Mr. Summerville was also doing the same thing. And subject, verb, object, relative clauses, conditional clauses, conjunctive, disjunctive clauses, everything he was dividing, means he was pointing out by using different color pen. It had its color and its bracket, and every word, every part was having its color as well as its bracket, so that it's quite easy for the students to learn it. It was a kind of drill, and frankly speaking, it was a type of drill. Drill means what? Here it is practice. And we did it almost daily, and every day Churchill along with his friends, because it is mentioned we, they were doing it regularly, every day they were doing it. As I remained in the third, fourth, 3 times as long as anyone else, and Churchill was 3 times he was remaining in the bottom of the class. That's why I had 3 times as much of it. I learned it thoroughly. So, Churchill most of the time, for 3 times he remained at the bottom of the class. That's why 3 times he did learn more English. Thus I got into my bones the essential structure of the ordinary British sentence, and as a result he got the ordinary structure. Means what is the real structure of British sentence? British sentence means what? British language, that is English, which is a noble thing, and it is a noble thing to learn British language. And when in after years my school fellows who had won prizes and distinction for writing such beautiful Latin poetry and pithy Greek epigrams had to come down again to common English. At the same time, it is also mentioned that, and after a number of years, when his school friends, they completed their education, they also came back to English in order to know English and learn English properly, because they were able to write down Latin poetry, French poetry, whatever it is, they were able to write down, but they were not at all good at English. Pithy means brief or meaningful, and Greek epigrams means the witty expressions. And to earn their living or make their way, means in order to earn their living or to be successful in life, they also started learning good English. Look, you might be thinking that they know English, then what is the necessity of learning English? Look, right now, whatever your mother tongue is, okay, it might be Odia, it might be Telugu, it might be Hindi, whatever it is, there is a basic difference in between the language we do speak and the language which is used in news telecast. Okay, you just try to listen their language, how refined. Suppose you are speaking Odia language, we are also talking in Odia, but listen the Odia dialect which is being presented in the movies or in the news, in the newspaper as well as in the news channel also. Just try to differentiate how they are speaking and how we are speaking. This is the basic difference. So those learners, those students, those clever students, they also came down to learn good English once again. I didn't feel myself at a disadvantage. So that's why Churchill didn't feel that he was having some disadvantage. Look, Churchill didn't feel, because this is because of this reason only Churchill did get the Nobel Prize in Literature. It is not easy, because most of the people are writing in English, but still Churchill did get the Nobel Prize. Naturally, I am biased in favor of boys learning English. At the same time, it is mentioned that he was quite partial towards the boys, means he was having some extra affection, extra care towards those boys who are reading or who are learning English particularly. I would make them all learn English, and then I would let the clever ones learn Latin as honor and Greek as a treat. So according to Churchill, if he were in some place, then he would allow all the students to learn English compulsory. Then only he would select the clever boys to learn Greek literature, to learn Latin literature, or to learn some other things. But the only thing I would whip. Whip means what? To lash, to strike someone with a stick. But the only thing I would whip them for would be for not knowing English. I would whip them hard for that. And according to Churchill, if the students are not learning English, he would punish them. That is also not a simple punishment. The punishment would be quite a difficult and a great punishment would be given by Churchill to the students. Okay, understood? So in this unit, the theme is on about Mr. Summerville, his teacher, his English teacher, to whom Churchill was having high estimation. At the same time, the necessity of learning English is clearly mentioned in this unit. Okay, thank you. All of you have a nice time.